Imagine a world where Europeans had never set foot in the Americas, where spices remained impossibly expensive luxuries, where maps ended at the edges of known continents, and where entire civilizations existed in complete isolation from one another. In 1453, everything changed. Faced with Ottoman control over traditional trade routes, European powers found themselves at a crossroads. They could accept their fate, or they could dare to venture into the unknown. What followed was an era that would literally redraw the map of the world. Portuguese caravels pushed beyond the feared Sea of Darkness. Spanish conquistadors toppled empires that had stood for centuries. And for the first time in human history, a single voyage could circle the entire globe. But this wasn't just a story of brave explorers and remarkable achievements. It was also a tale of devastating conquest, cultural destruction, and exploitation that would echo through centuries. Today, we're diving deep into the Age of Discovery, exploring not just the triumphs that textbooks celebrate, but the complex legacy that continues to shape our world. The Age of Discovery, how exploration redrew the world. In 1453, the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Empire severed Europe's overland trade routes to Asia. This pivotal event forced European powers to seek alternative paths to the east, igniting an era of unprecedented maritime exploration. Driven by ambition, economic necessity, and a thirst for knowledge, European nations embarked on voyages that would reshape the world. Portugal's maritime pioneers, Prince Henry of Portugal, known as the Navigator, was instrumental in advancing maritime exploration. Though he never sailed himself, his patronage led to significant developments in navigation and ship design, including the caravel. These innovations enabled Portuguese explorers to venture further along Africa's west coast. In 1488, Bartolomeu Dias became the first European to round the Cape of Good Hope, demonstrating the possibility of a sea route to Asia. Building on this achievement, Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, India, in 1498, establishing a direct maritime link between Europe and Asia. These voyages laid the foundation for Portugal's colonial empire in Africa and Asia. Inspired by Portuguese successes, Spain sought its own route to Asia. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, sailing under the Spanish flag, reached the Caribbean, believing he had found a new path to the east. Although he never reached Asia, his voyages opened the Americas to European exploration and colonization. In 1497, John Cabot, an Italian navigator commissioned by England, landed on the coast of North America, likely in present-day Canada. His journey marked England's entry into the Age of Exploration. Ferdinand Magellan's expedition, departing Spain in 1519, achieved the first circumnavigation of the globe, proving the world's vastness and the potential of global maritime routes. Though Magellan perished in the Philippines, his fleet completed the journey in 1522. European exploration soon turned to conquest. In 1519, Hernán Cortés led an expedition that resulted in the fall of the Aztec Empire in present-day Mexico. Utilizing alliances with indigenous groups and superior weaponry, Cortés captured Tenochtitlan. Similarly, Francisco Pizarro conquered the Inca Empire in the 1530s. Exploiting internal strife and bringing devastating diseases, Pizarro's forces dismantled one of the most sophisticated civilizations in South America. These conquests led to the establishment of vast colonial territories, extraction of wealth, and significant demographic and cultural changes. The Age of Discovery had profound global consequences. European powers established trade routes connecting continents, leading to the exchange of goods, ideas, and unfortunately, diseases. The transatlantic slave trade emerged, forcibly relocating millions of Africans to the Americas. In Asia, companies like the British and Dutch East India Companies established trade monopolies, often manipulating local politics and economies to their advantage. These actions laid the groundwork for centuries of colonial rule and economic exploitation. The term Age of Discovery is increasingly scrutinized for its Eurocentric perspective. Indigenous populations had rich cultures and histories long before European contact. Labeling European arrivals as discoveries overlooks the agency and experiences of these communities. Modern scholarship emphasizes the need to view this era through a more inclusive lens, recognizing both the advancements and the atrocities that occurred. Legacy and reflection. The age of discovery reshaped the world, leading to the rise of European empires and the integration of global economies. However, it also ushered in an era of colonization, cultural erasure, and exploitation. Understanding this complex legacy is crucial. By acknowledging both the achievements and the suffering caused, we can better comprehend the forces that have shaped our modern world. The age of discovery fundamentally transformed human civilization. In just a few decades, isolated continents became connected through maritime highways. European powers rose to global dominance, while ancient empires crumbled under the weight of conquest and disease. Yet as we've seen, this era defies simple narratives. Yes, it brought remarkable innovations in navigation, unprecedented exchanges of knowledge, and the first truly global economy. But it also unleashed centuries of colonization, the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade, and the systematic erasure of indigenous cultures. Understanding this complexity isn't just academic, it's essential. The trade networks established during this period laid the foundation for modern globalization. The colonial structures created then still influence geopolitics today, and the cultural exchanges, both voluntary and forced, continue to shape the diversity of our interconnected world. The age of discovery reminds us that human progress often comes at a tremendous cost, and that history's heroes and villains are rarely as clear-cut as we might wish. If you found this exploration of one of history's most pivotal eras fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. Hit that notification bell and let us know in the comments. Which aspect of the age of discovery surprised you most? Until next time, keep questioning the stories we tell about our past.